welcome to iowastormcenter.com for another edition of the Iowa Weather Report, episode number 3 for the week of September 22nd. First looking at a recap on the last couple severe weather events we've had. Thursday, we saw storms kind of fire right on the edge of the best chance zone. There was even a few storms here in Spencer that bubbled up earlier in the afternoon. But the best chance zone from Algona down through Fort Dodge and over as far east as Mason City saw some isolated severe thunderstorms that did produce some rotating wall clouds out there. There was several reports of rotating wall clouds from Ames all the way up through Algona. And so, I introduced that tornado risk, and obviously we did see that pan out. We just didn't see any actual tornadoes out there. But then on Saturday, very similar concept. Storms fired along a boundary stretching from Omaha up through Harlan, south of Fort Dodge, up through Hampton, Charles City, and up to Decorah. And the problem was these storms sat along this boundary. They hardly moved. They moved off to the northeast at a very slow rate. Areas that got the severe storms, you obviously picked up with quarter, 3/4 inch hail and some gustier winds. But not everybody got the severe weather. It's just sometimes how this works with these events. And then looking at rainfall amounts over the last 12 to 18 hours here, you can see specifically southwest up through south central and even portions of central Iowa that saw 1 to 2 inch rain, some areas 2 to 3 inch localized in very spots. Now, as you go off into central northeast Iowa, you can see a couple locations here and there, again, cashing in ½ inch, 1.5 inches of rain, but very spotty where it did take place. And that was the difficult part of this forecast, especially with east central, southeast Iowa. The rain just didn't pan out. Where the storms trained last night, which we did see that training effect take place across the southern portion of the state, it's just that it only took place in certain areas, and it was supposed to be a lot more widespread. That didn't end up happening. So as far as east central, southeast Iowa, you obviously missed out on a lot of that rain. Now, looking at the forecast radar going through the rest of today, continuing to see some scattered showers out there, I think specifically from the Highway 30, I-80 corridor and points south. As we go through the rest of the morning and through the afternoon, I-80 and points south, you're seeing those scattered showers throughout this afternoon. And I think we'll see that activity really starts to dwindle as we get into the evening, especially towards 8 to 10 p.m. this evening. There could still be a few scattered showers out there from south central through southeastern Iowa tomorrow morning as you start the work week, but those are going to dissipate here, I think, specifically by late tomorrow morning. Rainfall amounts, additionally speaking here, I think we're looking at widespread where you do get those scattered showers. You're looking at widespread up to 1/10 of an inch. Otherwise, most areas here not going to be looking at a lot of rain. I think you need to be down here near the Missouri border and Illinois borders to see maybe upwards of another 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of rain between now and through tomorrow morning. But again, it's going to be very isolated where that does take place. Then by the time we get into that work week time frame, Monday, tomorrow, going to be mainly dry for most of the state. You have those obviously small scattered shower chances off in the southeastern portion of the state, but we're going to be watching late tomorrow night, I think specifically Tuesday morning for this little shortwave trough that's going to be coming out of the northern plains. And I think this is going to offer up some scattered showers or even some drizzle to the northwest portion of the state as we get into Tuesday morning. So I think after midnight, Monday night and into Tuesday morning, we'll be watching this one carefully, bringing, I think, widespread up to 1/10 of an inch of rain, maybe localized 1/10 to 1/4. That's kind of the overall takeaway right now. Touching on temperatures as we go forward, looking at highs on Monday, you have lower 70s, and then temperatures drastically warm up into the mid 70s by Tuesday, upper 70s by Wednesday, even some lower 80s starting to set up across northern Iowa by Thursday. And even on Friday, upper 70s, lower 80s. We get into Saturday, and again, upper 70s, lower 80s seems to be the main theme as we get into the latter half of the week and into the start of next weekend. Now, before we go, I want to discuss potential rain chances in the long term, which overall we're going to be focusing on tropical threats across the Gulf Coast region as we get into the latter half of this week, and that could put an influence on our weather pattern here in Iowa. I think specifically Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So the end of the week into next weekend, once again, maybe watching for some rain chances from some tropical influence activity along the Gulf Coast. We'll have to watch and see where exactly that goes. But the moral of the takeaway is we're obviously watching those scattered shower chances the rest of today across the southern half of the state through tomorrow morning. That pulls out of here. We have that next trough that comes in on Monday across the northwest half of the state offers up some shower chances. And then our main focus is obviously going to be on some potential tropical threats that may bring more rain chances by the latter half of the week and into next weekend to the state of Iowa. That's the Iowa Weather Report for the week of September 22nd. We'll keep you posted. Have a great day.